Today I'm working on a 2016 Volkswagen 2.0Tsi. This car came in and the customer's complaining that it's going through a lot of oil. Pretty normal on a 2-liter. They have piston ring issues. They tried to just make a more efficient piston ring by having less drag, so it doesn't have as much outward force, and the carbon deposits on the ring grooves hold the rings in, so they start to consume a lot of oil. This person's adding a quart of oil every week, and yeah, they want to see if there's anything we can do to fix it. I said I would try this with no guarantees. Basically what I'm going to end up doing is I pulled the spark plugs out. This engine's really hot. I just had someone to drive it around the block a few times, and I pulled the plugs out, and I'm going to, with a funnel, pour in some of this old Behrman B12 Chem Tool fuel injection cleaner. Breaks up carbon deposits. It's a kind of a known product. It's been around for a long time. Some other people have used it with good results. I'm going to use 2 cans. I'm going to pour some in each one of these holes and let it sit overnight. Yeah, pretty much put new plugs in after that. Actually pull the fluid out. That's the most important thing. That's how you could screw this up. You want to make sure that you're not dumping a bunch of liquid into your cylinders and then putting this back together and locking up your engine. So look in there with a flashlight. You can see if there's big puddles on top of your pistons and it hasn't just moved right past your rings. You want to suck that out or put a towel over the top and crank it over. It'll make a big mess if you do that, but that's another option if you don't have any way of pulling the fluid out. And yeah, so I'm going to pour that in, let it sit overnight, and then in the morning, suck out the fluid if there's any left inside the cylinders, replace the spark plugs, and run it like that for a little while. A lot of that solvent will have moved past the rings into the oil pan, and it'll be kind of splashing up the other direction at the back side of the pistons somewhat. You don't want to drive around like that a whole bunch because your oil is now diluted with solvent, so it's not the best. But after you run it like that for a little while, you can give yourself an oil change, and then hopefully the situation will be a little bit improved. So something that's worth a shot. You can see here are the plugs I pulled out. This one's going through a lot of oil. You can see a couple of them look like they have some buildup on them, and you're not really going to hurt anything as long as you don't start it up with massive amounts of liquids in the cylinder. So that's it. I'll update in the comments, a little while. We know who this customer is, so we'll be able to get a pretty good read on whether it improved their situation or not. So I'll put a comment in here in a few weeks or a few months or whatever when we got a handle on how effective it was. But that's all. Thanks for watching.